Hey, hi everyone, and welcome to Meg Menopause Insta Live this evening. And I'm very excited to have, she's connecting
Hi.
now, the gorgeous Olivia Falcon. Hi,
Hi, Meg.
how are
Hi.
you? I better
I'm
mix it up
good.
a little bit.
All the better for seeing you.
And you too. You look like you had a really busy day.
Actually, yeah, I did have a busy day. I actually posted some stuff that I did yesterday though.
Oh,
I went to a clinic in Chelsea to have a treatment called the Morpheus 8.
right. Yeah, that's what I saw. That.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
I'll show you my neck. So
Wow.
today we're going to be talking all about, I know you want to talk about
Menopause.
menopausal skin.
Yeah.
And just to say hi to anyone who's joining, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a former beauty editor. I'm a beauty journalist, and I get to try all these different products. And I have a business called the Editors List, where people come and see me, and I send them to the top cosmetic doctors, dermatologists. If they want to go down the surgery route, I advise on where to go for that. And so part of my job is I get to guinea pig all these new treatments and sort of give my verdict on what's good and what's not. And I know a lot of my followers have been very excited that we're having this chat, and I've been sent a few questions. And
Brilliant.
one of the first questions was about this whole like neck and jowl area. Because I
Yeah,
think,
because this is definitely the place that goes first, yeah?
yeah,
Because I'm really noticing it and I get DM'd all the time. I had two today about thread lifting, which I had to actually tell the truth and just say it's not really as good as it came across when I did it about 4 years ago.
yeah,
It didn't last, it doesn't last nowhere near 12 months to 18 months, so they like to say. At least it was
no.
just 3 months. But also, didn't you were telling me you can't just go to anybody now and have it done? Is that correct?
Yeah, they've changed the guidelines on thread lifting now because it is, I mean, it's like a semi-surgical procedure. I mean, they're going
Yeah,
under the skin and everything. So you have to go and see a surgeon to have a thread lift now.
yeah,
And you have to, I mean, it's a very unregulated industry, this industry.
yeah, very.
And my advice to people is I would not be going to have injectables with someone who does your facials. I would be going to see a qualified doctor or a surgeon. And the reason why is there is a huge scope for things to go wrong. I mean, people do unfortunately have all kind of weird reactions and complications. And God forbid, let's say you went to see someone and let's say you were having a liquid nose job, which is when they inject filler into your nose, they can lift the tip, they can make it optically look a bit thinner, they can do
Yeah,
quite a few things. But if you went to go and see someone who really didn't know proper anatomy and had proper medical training, and let's say they injected a blood vessel and you got something called necrosis, which is when the tissue, your blood supply can't feed the tissue, so the tissue dies and it starts to go a little bit purple and then it goes black, and then you literally lose, you have to cut out tissue, it's dead tissue.
oh my
And
God.
that is a massive problem. And that
Like
can
having
happen,
frostbite.
yeah, and that can happen anywhere on your face. And obviously, a trained medical professional would have a protocol, know how to handle that, and
Yeah,
God forbid it happened, deal with it very quickly. Whereas other people, who are not properly trained, like a beautician, would just be out of their depth with that. So
yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So I'm with you on thread lifts. I have not myself had a thread lift, but I have sat through
Right.
many a thread lift being done. And the sell is always, this is going to last 12 to 18 months. And everyone I've
Absolutely, yeah.
spoken to says they get good results to start with, but they wear off very quickly.
Very quickly, yeah. And sometimes you can still feel that I had a thread that was here for a long time, didn't dissolve.
Right, right. And then sometimes, especially on the neck where the skin is very thin, you can get a little sort of bobble where it's like the end of the thread.
Yeah.
And I've had
I
a
had
few,
one here sticking out for ages. I used to play with it all the time.
yeah, so that would be, yeah, that is a problem. But I mean, look, thread lifts have worked for some people. If you
Of
want to
course.
see the best thread lifter, I think is actually in a place called Vero Beach in Florida. He's called Dr. Perone. He is the king of thread lifts, and people fly all across the states and the world to see him. And he is incredible. I've met him and I've watched him at work, and he really knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But in general, I think proceed with caution with thread lifts.
Yeah. So what would you say for the neck? Creams?
I
No
just went,
creams?
okay, so I personally feel there are lots of creams out there. I really don't think when a cream says it's lifting your skin, my sort of bullshit barometer goes up a notch. There are some serums out there with some very advanced peptide formulas that definitely can temporarily pick things up a little bit. And there is one called the Neostrata Tri-Therapy Lifting Serum, which is about £75, and it is excellent on the neck and this sort of area. It does give you a little bit of a lift. I sell it on my website, editorslist.co.uk, and everyone loves it. It's brilliant. It's very moisturizing as well. It has a patented ingredient called aminofill, which volumizes slack skin. But this is only going to do so much. When you get the sort of the jowling and everything sort of heading south, you need to consider going to have like maybe a little bit of a tweakment, which is a non-surgical intervention. So what I had yesterday was this thing called the Morpheus 8. So this is a fairly new thing. It went mainstream in January. Yeah. And it is basically, it looks a bit like something that they would scan, food things within a supermarket. It is it's like a sort of a head with little gold, rows and rows of little gold needles, which they put into your skin, and then it has a radio frequency current running through it. So it's microneedling with a radio frequency current. And it was, listen, I've had 2 children. I had epidurals. I did not want to know about the pain. I'm not into pain. I'm not a 50 Shades of Grey person. I do not like pain.
Right. Yeah. Me too.
So the doctor I went to see, he was Dr. Olivia Falcon. He's his surgeon. Yeah. He's based at the Cadogan Clinic in Chelsea. He sent me off to my local pharmacy to get something called Emla cream, which numbs the skin. Whacked that on for an hour before. He did my neck. Now, I'm 46, and it's not, I feel good for my age, but my neck, the skin on my neck is definitely not what it was. And sometimes when I'm really tired, I get a bit this goes a bit sort of pockety and jowly here. So I think if you had a bigger problem, you would get a really, I took a client with me, and she had it as well, and she's been really impressed because it's really picked her up here. So it was a 5 out of 10 for me on the pain. It was totally fine. It felt a bit like an electric sort of prick sensation, and it felt like a bit sort of electrical love bitey on the neck.
Yeah, I heard you say you felt like you're being stapled at one point.
Yeah, I do feel a bit like it. I didn't have it done on my forehead. My client had it done on her forehead, and she said that was actually the worst because you've got very little fat there, and it's right onto the bone. And the doctor can put the device on the needles to different depths. So he'd do like 2 millimeters on your forehead and maybe 3 millimeters around here. Right afterwards, if you go to my Instagram, which is editors list, if you go on my stories, I've done the whole journey of it, and you can see my neck yesterday. I had like it was like a patchwork of like red marks. And today it was fine.
And how long will it gradually get better? Will it go?
So this is an expensive treatment. If you're doing your whole face and your neck, you're in for about 3,000. If you're doing a neck and a lower face, you're in for 2,000, but it's for 2 treatments that are spaced 4 to 6 weeks apart. Right. And then, he said you should see the real results after your second treatment. So I'm going to go back in beginning of July and have another whack at it. You have to be careful though, because you're not meant to go in the sun. My client had her tummy done. She is slim, but she's had 3 kids and she's got that, we've all got it, you know, a little bit of puckering around your belly button. This is called the Morpheus 8. Sorry, some people are asking what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, for those who've just joined, I'm talking about a treatment called Morpheus 8, which I had yesterday, which can be done all over the face and the neck and on various bits of your body that you feel are droopy. It's a radio frequency microneedling treatment that is about tightening and lifting the skin. It also has a setting if you want to resurface your skin, which means if you've got like larger pores, if you've got scars, acne scars. My client had a scar on her cheek. She had something that she picked on her cheek in lockdown that had gone septic, and she had a bit of a situation. So it can help with that as well. And I have to say, guys, so far I'm impressed by Morpheus 8. It wasn't too painful. I mean, it wasn't like a complete walk in the park. You definitely felt it, but it was totally doable. You felt a little bit sunburnt afterwards. And, you know, the effect should last a good year, I would say. If you want to go a bit more hardcore, there is another treatment called Face Tight, which I think I was telling you about, which is, it's kind of sits between a facelift and a tweakment. It is something you're going to need to take time off work because you could get very swollen. But again, it's a cannula, which is like a hollow needle that they put in under the skin. And again, it has this radio frequency current. It looks a bit like a pair of forceps. And there's one that goes on top of the skin with a bit of radio frequency current.
Yeah.
And you would have to go and see a surgeon. So there's a great, I mean, Dr. Amar, who I saw, does this, and there's a great, lovely woman called Dr. Judy Todd who does this in Glasgow and in London. Right. And I think she has clinics in the Midlands as well.
Well, that's good for all our viewers.
Yeah, so if wherever you live, Dr. Judy Todd kind of circulates up and down the country after lockdown's over. And I think if you go and do it in Glasgow, it's about £2,000 cheaper than in London.
Of course.
So I have people that want to just take a train up there for the day.
Yeah,
save £2,000. But anyway, so this Face Tight, you really do swell. And it's, I would say, to be on the safe side, 10 days out of action. You're not going to want to be doing Zoom face calls or, you know, going to parties or anything like that. Yeah. But the results are very good. I mean, go and have a look online. You can see she's got lots of great before and after pictures. And the nice thing is you're anesthetized with a local anesthetic. Some people, probably like myself, who get quite squeamish, I mean, would want to like a Valium or something. They can give you a sedative in the clinic. Yeah. And you are sore. You are definitely sore. You wouldn't want to be doing things like having like really chewy steak. Yeah. You know, moving your mouth around, and you probably want to be sitting up on your, you know, lying propped up on your pillows for a few nights, not smushing your face.
Wow. Okay. But does that give a good result?
Gives a great result, but you have to go to, you can't go to anyone. You need to go to someone really well practiced. Someone said, what's your Instagram? It's Editor's List is my Instagram. And I try out all of these treatments. And Face Tight is, I think, up in Glasgow, it's about $2.5 to $3,000. And in London, it's more like $5,000.
And how long will that last?
It would last about 5 years.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah. Okay.
So a full facelift would last... let's say, you know, depending on what kind of facelift you have, would last like 10 years. If you go and have a deep plain facelift, it might last 15 years. But obviously nothing is forever because gravity keeps on doing its thing as you age. And yeah, so, but there are definitely, I mean, things you can do for menopausal skin. I mean, obviously I'm sort of getting perimenopausal right now, and I've definitely noticed changes in my skin. I've like got rosacea going on. Yeah. Pores get larger. Your skin gets drier. Dryness. Yeah. Yeah, dryness. So what happens is basically your lipid barrier in your skin gets compromised, and so you need to look for a cream with like lots of ceramides, hyaluronic acid. You see, I love you, Meg, because you've thought about every part of our body. So Meg has got this great range as well, which is so affordable, right, Meg? I mean, not everyone can afford £85 for a cream, but this is Meg's Hyaluronic Acid
Yeah.
Serum. And you can be liberal with this. You can just put this, I mean, I do my neck, I do my décolleté, everything.
Yeah.
But we
What's
also,
décolleté? Is that your chest?
yeah, your
Is that
décolleté is
what you
this bit
beauticians call your
where
chest?
people
I
tend
won't
to
pull mine down because you tell me to
yeah,
never go in the sun again.
people, this is where we burn ourselves, right?
I know.
So this hyaluronic acid serum it's brilliant, and it's in a glass bottle, which I love. That's very environmentally friendly. But we dry out in other places, right, Meg? Because I've got the other products here as well.
We need to be looking after our vaginas as much as our faces. Really, the truth of it is, you know.
I haven't. I mean, listen, I haven't quite got to that stage yet, but
Okay,
I know this to be true. And so tell them, because I want to talk about your intimate wash.
Yeah, so basically I came up with the intimate wash because I'm 54, so when I was 49 I started to go through the menopause, and as I was having my coil taken out and learning all these different things about estrogen and progesterone and testosterone, you know, the estrogen basically looks after the collagen in your face, it looks after your bones, it looks after our heart, diabetes, dementia, you know, keeps our vulva plump, stops us getting UTIs. And there's also a thing that you can get called vaginal atrophy. And I was just like, oh, what? There were just these things coming up that have never even been in my vocabulary ever. So I was like, you know, just using shower gel. And then I went to have my coil taken out, and my gynecologist said, Meg, you know, you look like you're a bit dry down there. And I said, well, yeah, I just thought I've had thrush. I've been using Canesten cream non-stop, but nothing's been happening. And she said, well, no, you've got the start of, you look like you've been getting vaginal atrophy. And I was just like, fuck yeah. Oh, sorry, guys, I shouldn't really swear. But it's another thing, right? Other than that, it's just another thing. Now, oh my God, I'm going to have an ugly vagina as well. Oh my God. So I didn't know. Anyway, it was, I asked, and it's to do with the pH balance. So basically you need to keep your vagina at a pH balance called 3.5. Now, I love to buy all these expensive shower gels, Aesop, all of these ones, but they're all about 4 pH balance of pH, about 4.2, 4.3, but you need to be 3.5. So then I went off on a little shopping trip to the chemist, and I arrived looking around Boots and whatever, and all there was Femme Fresh, Veggie Fresh, all these things, which in my world, all these years, I'm now 50 years old walking around, I thought they were for people that had smelly vaginas. My whole entire life, I had no clue that that was for pH balance. And I just thought, I do not want that in my shower at home. I have a house full of teenagers. And when I used to see that on someone's bath, I used to always think, oh my God, they must so have something, a lot of, I mean, I really literally thought that. So that's why I came up with this pH balance. Also, there was nothing that was sustainable in sugarcane husk. That was vegan, and it was natural, and it is a really good price point. I think it's around £12.
Now, I love this packaging because this is sugarcane plastic, which is much friendlier to the environment than normal plastic. It biodegrades much quicker.
Yeah.
And God bless you, Meg. I'm saying from the sisterhood, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, women are very, very shy to talk about these things. And I love that you know, starting this conversation, and people feel that they can, you know, they're not alone if they're experiencing these very common symptoms from menopause.
Yeah. I mean,
you know,
1 out of 3 women will get a collapsed pelvic floor.
Right.
And, you know, that's a lot of women with a collapsed pelvic floor. And the pelvic floor is like, I didn't really understand. It's the whole hammock of muscles that goes from the vagina all the way back to your anus. I mean, all of those. And the lack of estrogen just makes them collapse. So you will just notice that you will, that's why Tenor Lady is just sold by the multi-millions. Also, I'm the face of a thing called Pelviva, which is an amazing small gadget. It's small. It's just like a lillette, and you insert it in you, and it pulsates itself for 30 minutes, but you can do whatever you want. So
you walk around.
You walk around, you can drive your car, you can do whatever you want and no one know, and then you can just take it out. But you can go and look on my website because it's really good. And it's not like everything else. You get all these big Kegels and you get different, you know, like things that you have to insert in you, or like they look like vibrators charging next to your bed. This is simply like a Lilette. Goes in and it basically does this and it retracts. So basically that thing of where you're running to the loo or you're in the gym and, you know, you're jumping on a rebound or jogging and you slightly go. I mean, it's also made for women that have just had children as well.
Yeah.
So it's either end of the spectrum. So it's from giving birth to becoming in the menopause. You need it at both ends and at some point.
Well, I went to this quite fancy, you know, antenatal class before I had my kids. And I'm never, the takeaway for me, this woman saying, it doesn't matter what you're doing, if you're having kids or not, you need to exercise that muscle. It's really important for orgasms, for good sex life. Yeah. So
it's a very, very important subject. And that's the other thing, you know, people would and didn't really want to talk about that. But when I was looking at how many Tenor were being sold and how much that company, and it's all bloody plastic in those Tenor, it's like probably 1 out of 2 women will be buying Tenor.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, this is how big it is.
Right.
I mean, you know, and we don't want to be using them and you don't want to be wearing nappies. So if you do this Pelviva, which you just insert in you, it will keep you. And also estrogen, like as I'm talking about, taking estrogen, like rubbing estrogen on my arm, my gel. I also use Vagifem, which is a tiny localized estrogen, which I insert in my vagina 3 times a week. That would also help as well.
Yeah.
And that's localized, so you don't have to worry. But also when you're rubbing it in, it goes into your skin. It doesn't go through your liver. It doesn't cause clotting. The breast cancer, more people that are obese will get breast cancer than taking HRT, or women that drink even 1 glass of wine a night have a more risk of getting breast cancer than taking body identicals HRT.
Okay, that's so interesting. I'm on the wagon. I'm not drinking.
No, that's why I thought I'd just say that. Everybody in lockdown has been coming up to me going,
I've been going through the wine and lockdown.
I've drunk enough, I've eaten enough, and that's it now.
Yeah. No, that's really good to know. But should we, more ideas for skincare?
Yes, please. Yes, skincare, come on.
Okay, so
get far away.
Someone was saying, why is Spectacle so good? Spectacle is so good because it's just a really great moisturizer that lasts all day without being greasy, and it sits very nicely under makeup and it layers with products. So I would say any skin, you obviously should be protecting your skin every day with an SPF. I mean, there are lots of them out there. I like this Helio Care Fluid Cream. It's an SPF 50. It comes in different shades. This is my fair shade. I want to be very inclusive here because, you know, we've been talking a lot about, on the beauty channels about, you know, black skins and stuff this week, you know, having a conversation that's going on. And I'm going to post up that someone gave a really good tip about a really good SPF if you've got a darker skin tone. And I've just got, I think I'm getting the menopause gone out of my head. I'm going to post it on my website, on my channel. Yeah. But this has obviously got a light tint. But as you can see, it goes in really, really nicely. Gives you a little sheen almost. And you can put your foundation on top. But as you get older, you get much more, you know, brown spots. They're called age spots. You get them on your hands. So my tip is, I put a little bit of this on the back of my hands. I don't want to be getting, they're called, the French call them like the medallions at the cemetery. I mean, they're like the crypt keeper hands. So definitely every day I would wash my face. I would put on some vitamin C for brightening in the morning. I would put on my Spectacle moisturizer, and then I would layer on an SPF. And in the evening, the most important thing you need to do is some kind of a vitamin A product. So vitamin A is the miracle molecule. It works on all signs of aging. I kind of preach about this.
Right.
It is 4 things. It will help with pigmentation, so sun damage, brown spots, fine lines and wrinkles, just airbrushes those out. It gives, it works on collagen and elastin, so sort of giving your skin more spring and elasticity. Now, there are loads and loads of products out there with vitamin A. They're called retinoids, retinol. You can go to Anti Boots and get number 7, their new retinol cream, which is kind of, you know, some people are not liking it so much, some people love it. Or you can go to your dermatologist and get quite a big prescription, like a tretinoin, which would be something that you would have to build up to using, because people get sometimes retinol reactions. Retinol works very deep in the skin, and some people get very dry and very flaky and red reactions. So if you have not used vitamin A before, I would suggest you start with something like Medic 8 R-retinate. This is a very clever product because it is a hybrid molecule. It's something called retinoic acid and retinol fused together. And it's even the most sensitive skin. You can use this every single night. I could just throw this over to you. You could start using it tonight and then go tomorrow and all the week through, and you would not have any kind of
dryness, peeling,
peeling, and flaking. And it just airbrushes things. It's really good. I know when I don't use it, I kind of always go back to it. I always have to try new products, but if my skin is looking really terrible, I sort of go back to this. And again, I put it for people, if you want to find it, at the if you go to editorslist.co.uk online store, it's there. It's a bloody miracle. It's very, very good. And this brand, Medic 8, do this very, very good vitamin C, which I say put on in the morning. Everyone has a vitamin C in their beauty range, but this is the best. It's like 35 quid. This is a small bottle. They usually do big bottles. But this will last you 2 months, and it's very brightening for the skin, and it protects your skin from UV light. And antioxidant, it's an antioxidant, protects against free radical damage. So definitely vitamin C and vitamin A in the evening are very, very important. And there are ranges out there that I've tried. I want to give a shout out to one called, I can never pronounce it properly. It's called Emapelle. It's Empelle. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. But it has been formulated specifically for women going through the menopause. It has the most incredible texture. It is fairly expensive. I think it's over £150, so it might not be affordable for everyone. But it is really, really good if you've got dry skin. And I think a lot of people that going through this call me and they say, oh gosh, I've suddenly had a weird breakout, because your hormones go a little bit nuts. So my top tip for that is also supplements. Now, I know you do a great shake.
I've got the Meno Blend right here, which we know is got all the vitamins, got all your magnesium, folic acid, it's got hyaluronic in there, green tea, chlorella, maca, MSM, wheatgrass. So you've got superfoods. So that's the reason I did that. The superfoods and the vitamins and all the minerals, because, you know, I would go to Whole Foods and could spend up to £200-300 on supplements. This will cost you £1 a day, and it's all in paper. And it's basically, you put it in a milk or in an oat milk. It tastes of vanilla. It froths up. So I use a milk frother. And then in one go, you get all your vitamins, but you also get like a little sort of vanilla-y milkshake, which it can be like a breakfast thing, which I use in the morning.
So I would take that in the morning, and then if you are having like really bad, if you're perimenopausal and you're having really weird mood swings, heavy periods, and then weird breakouts, I would look into something like this, which is called Advanced Nutrition Program Skin AccuMax.
Wow.
So this is about 45 quid for a month's supply, and you take 2 pills in the morning and 2 in the evening, and it is, the main ingredient here is something called DIM, D-I-M, which is a broccoli extract, and it regulates hormones, and it is, I mean, fantastic. It really helps. I have been having terribly heavy periods randomly, and it just regulates that, you know, just at the end, when you're coming to the end of your menstruation cycle, it's just amazing. And it also helps with PMS. But most importantly, I have clients who have kids who have breakouts and don't want to go on Roaccutane, or even women who have adult acne and don't want to go on Roaccutane. And this has been an absolute game changer for people. And it's it's got some vitamin E as well, so it's moisturizing. Again, I've put it up on editorslist.co.uk.
Yeah.
You have to take it for 4 weeks before you get any kind of a difference to your skin. So you have to be willing to be in it for, you know, be patient.
Yeah.
But be patient, because it really does help. It really does help. And then the other thing I would say is everyone should take a probiotic. So as we know, our skin and our gut health are very connected to each other.
Yeah.
And there are lots of great probiotics out there, and I've pretty much tried them all. But again, this brand here, Advanced Nutrition Program, do one called Skin Youth Biome, which is just one pill. So rather than swigging back all that water and all those like bottles of yeasty tasting stuff, which kind of repeats on you as gross, I take just one pill. And this is the only brand that's actually, it's focused on the skin. So they have got 5 billion active cultures that go directly fast track to your gut, but it's quite a unique blend that is working on your skin. And they've done these clinical studies, and it's amazing. It improves skin elasticity by 26%.
Wow.
And for people that have really, really dry skin, this is like a moisturizer in a pill. This is called, again, Advanced Nutrition Program. They're brilliant. Skin Moisture Lock. This is hyaluronic acid and ceramides in a pill form. So you put your serum on, Meg, and then you take a couple of these a day, and this improves your moisture by 64%.
Wow.
And it's all over your body. So if you've got dry shins, if you've got cracked heels, you know, if you've got your hands are feeling rough, this is fabulous.
Yeah.
And again, oh God, I'm so sorry.
You're really popular tonight.
I'm hooked up to my husband's computer here, and I think that's what's happening. Yeah, so those are my tips. Definitely.
That's amazing.
A probiotic, and then if you've got spotty skin, breaking out, feeling mood swingy, Acumax, and if you're super dry, go with the Skin Moisture Lock. They're both really good little sort of tricks. They're not too expensive, and they do work. They really, really do work.
Brilliant.
And gosh, I mean, there's like this. I've got some more questions actually.
Go on.
I think this is Redder or Red. Ashley Davidson said, "Have you tried Emapel? Any good?" I have tried it, and it's very good. I give it a definite thumbs up. Yeah. And then Gemma wants a question for you, Meg. Do your supplements help with joints and joint pain associated with menopause?
Yes, they do. It will help, but what will really help will be estrogen, HRT. That will get rid of that really achy. This will definitely help with the bones, and the minerals and everything that I put in there will be great for bone health and for joint. But it is the estrogen is what you're missing that is making your joints ache. After 4 days of taking the estrogel, my joints stopped aching.
Yeah. And then Serena said, can I get rid of an age spot? Absolutely. So, you know, depending on where it is, you can go and have, I'd say probably a laser treatment. You look like you have, I can't really see your picture very well, but I mean, the thing about age spots is you can get rid of them, but they do tend to come back. So I say it's more about control rather than cure. And I would go and see someone like Dr. Nick Lowe and he's got like some different lasers and resurfacing treatments. There's one called the Fraxel 1927, which is very good, I think, for your skin type. But you have to be super careful. You cannot go back in the sun. You have to cover up. You have to put on your SPF. And and look for products also with things like niacinamide, which is what my spectacle has got in it, which are very good for age spots and brightening. Oh, it's on your face. Yes, absolutely. You can definitely help. Vitamin C serum would be very good. It won't get rid of them, but it kind of will knock them back a little bit. And, you know, in summer when they get a bit darker, it definitely helps to prevent that happening with vitamin C serums. But I would say you need to go and have a treatment probably after summer. Better to do it when the days are shorter, the nights are darker. Go and see someone like Dr. Nick Lowe, and he's at the Cranley Clinic. Or a good dermatologist, because it's really important that you have a proper look at these age spots. Sometimes people confuse moles with age spots, and you just want to make sure that you're not dealing with any kind of skin cancer or anything like that. I don't want to
Yeah.
frighten anyone, but you know, if things need to be removed or lasered, you need to know, be with a good dermatologist. Oh, she's got dark skin. Okay, yep. Definitely go and see Dr. Nicola. He's got different types of lasers, and he's got some peels for all different skin tones and colors. What can you advise for rosacea, acne prone skin? Well, I would say that I have a bit of rosacea. You need some vitamin A. So I would say in the evenings, I would definitely, if you're acne, it's a bit tricky because rosacea and vitamin A are not a great combination, because vitamin A makes skin much more vascular. It speeds up the circulation. I would look into very simple cleansing, something on the budget line like CeraVe, or Medicate do a very good chlorophyll cleanser called Calmwise Cleanser for rosacea skin, and they have I have actually a Calmwise serum for rosacea skin, which is excellent, which is about 21 quid. Go to editorslist.co.uk. And then for your acne, I would look for, you know, I would maybe wash your face with something like this, which is Neostrata Firming Glycolic Wash. It doesn't look very sexy, but it really, really helps to clarify the skin. So it depends what your acne is like, but it really gives a deep clean without drying skin out. It's like a foam. It's got a grapefruit sort of smell to it.
Like my vagina wash.
Yeah. And maybe yeah, that's good. And then also another thing which is very good is this Clinisept. They actually use this. It's £15. I keep this in my bathroom cabinet. Again, you can get it on editorslist.co.uk. It's got something called hypochlorous acid in it. Now this is something that naturally occurs in the body, and it's actually, they use it in hospitals when they do organ transplants to preserve the organ that they're transplanting. It's very antimicrobial, antibacterial. And if you spray it on your spots, it looks like water, but it smells like swimming pools. And if you spray it, it's just very good at getting, you know, I don't want to say it's a cure for acne, but I found on cold sores, on rashes, it really, really helps bring things down. I have a lot of people, again, with teenagers that use this, and they absolutely love it. And if you do have a big spot, like a big pussy one, you spray some onto a cotton wool pad, you put it on the spot, and you leave it for 10 minutes, and the next day, things are looking a lot better. And this is 15 quid. It is brilliant.
Wow.
And if you have, I've got a cat who's been scratching me a little bit, and kids with cuts and scrapes, and you don't want to use anything stings, use the Clinisept spray. It's brilliant. It's like a must-have for your bathroom cabinet. And it is it's called Clinisept. It's £15. And if you go to editorslist.co.uk onto the online store, you can get it there, and we ship it straight to you. It's great. It's very good. And sweaty sport, you know, when you go to the gym and you get a sweat rash, you know, on your chest or on your hairline, if you like haven't washed your hair, you know, it's good for all of that.
Brilliant. Someone just wanted to know about, they've only just joined in. I just want to let everyone to know that this will be turning into an IGTV, because I know 6 o'clock everyone's having tea and they can't watch. So this will be going up on Megs Menopause, and it will be saved and put up there so everyone will be able to watch it. Because we're noticing that 6 o'clock is not a good time. I have so many people that have DM afterwards. So I'm saving this and putting it up
downstairs. But tell me, Meg, so I want to know about your app, because you've launched this amazing new app.
Yeah, so the app is launched, and we have now got, we have the going to make your medical appointment. So what we've just done is we've just added a tracker. So now you can track your symptoms every day. And then you will know, because when you're first in perimenopause, or like me, you don't really remember like that day that you were feeling maybe quite anxious, or that you were feeling you had headaches or you had aching joints. So now you can just go through it with like emojis and say what you are, and then it will keep a track. And we also have got HRT ABC, which has just gone up. So it's literally as simple as it is. ABC, HRT. It actually tells you everything that you need to know about HRT from the beginner's level. So everybody gets so freaked out by the words HRT. And this will cover everything. It will tell you exactly what testosterone is, progesterone, estrogen, bioidenticals, body identicals, synthetic HRT. It just runs through everything on this app. Also on the app, there is the shop that you can purchase all the Megs Menopause products that are also on there. And basically you can speak to women on there. It's amazing that, you know, you can make friends. So it's like Instagram, you can do direct, if you both become friends with each other, you can direct message another person. Or like I go on every day and chat to other women. And you can also put up like, you know, women are like, I'm new to this app and I've just started my estrogel, you know, how long will it take for my night sweats? Anybody can advise me. So you get this whole communal of women which I wanted to make in the menopause, and it was, you know, at the tip of your hand. So if you're working or you just want to, you know, ask a question, you can go on the app, everything's at your hand. No one can actually, you know, see what you're doing if you're embarrassed, but I think there shouldn't be any embarrassment with it. But, you know, and then also you can just track, you can speak to women, ask questions, or the articles, up-to-date articles that get written, that go up twice a week, and the newsletter will also be up there. So we're talking about, you know, belly fats, or, you know, I'm talking about what's good for the mind, you know, going through the menopause. I think that's the next one, the next article going up. So you get them all at just on your app. And I'm so pleased because, so proud, should I say, because it's in 5 languages. It covers half the population in Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, French, and English. And, you know, I was so proud that we were able to put it out in those languages and reach as many women as possible throughout the world, really, and this menopause app.
That's an amazing achievement. That's fantastic, Meg. Well done. I mean, I'm joining because I think I'm going to get perimenopausal soon. I keep on thinking, am I? Aren't I? But it's, you know,
yeah, that's the thing, because we all just put it down. I just put it down to stress, way of life. You know, and you have these odd days that you might just not feel 100%, but we, as mothers and women and working, we just put it down to that all the time. But you don't really even have to suffer, because now, even if you're having your period still, you can still take estradiol gel, because estradiol is 90% of the estrogen that our body needs. And that now just comes in a gel form, and you can just rub that on your arm, 1 pump, and then you can stop when you're having your period.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and it take away your PMS, because that week before your period, your estrogen will drop very low.
Yeah, I mean, periods become such a big inconvenience in your 40s. They seem to get much worse, heavier symptoms. Anne's just asked, postmenopausal, I've been getting whiteheads, block pores, how can I get rid of them? And I got 3 things for you. You need a good cleanser, first of all. So I would definitely go with something like this Neostrata cleanser. It's got glycolic acid, so that's going to you need to try and keep your pores as clean as possible so they don't get blocked up. This is a great thing. It's about 40 quid. Go to editorslist.co.uk. Take some Skin Acumax, which is a supplement that will help regulate you know, your hormones that may be causing the breakouts, and then get yourself onto some vitamin A at night, something like this R-retinate. That's a 3-step thing that could really help. Failing that, go and see a dermatologist. I recommend someone like Alexis Granite if you're in London. I don't know where you are. Or Dr. Justine Kluck is excellent, and she specializes in breakouts as well. Okay.
There's a big one there. Can you read that? How can I improve
acne scars from teenage years, now dealing with spots on jawline, testosterone gel use? Oh dear. Battle for 10 years of natural.
Oh, natural. So started HRT. Okay, so someone's saying yes. Hallelujah. Yeah, you see, amazing. HRT is, you know, don't be frightened of it. Please do not be put off with it. The statistics of people being scared of it is so low nowadays.
Yeah.
Especially when it's body identicals, because it's derived from the yam, as we know.
Yeah. I mean, Maisie, from my point of view, there's a lot you can do to help with acne scars. It depends what they are. There are different types of scarring. There's pitted scars, ice pick scars. There is a great doctor called, if you look up on Instagram, he's called Dr. Medispa. He's called Dr. Munir Somji, and he does something called subcision. So he takes a little tiny blade, and if they are sort of indented, he goes underneath the skin and he wiggles it around, and basically he's kind of releasing the bands that are depressing it, and he can use a tiny little drops of filler, and they can make your skin look much, much smoother.
Wow.
You might need to go and see a dermatologist and to get onto quite a strong retinol product, because again, this is going to help a collagen and elastin and just smooth the texture of the skin. So that could be a helpful thing to do. But there are things you can do for acne scarring. I mean, yeah, those are the two most obvious ones that spring to mind for me. And hold on, any face masks for post-retinol skin? Yes. Let me think. I mean, if you've been doing a heavy dose of retinol, you probably just want to calm everything down. There is a very good one by 111 Skin. It's like a cryo mask. It's a sheet mask. It's blue. It's fantastic. You don't need to keep it in the fridge. It just cools everything down. It's very moisturizing. There's nothing in there that's going to sort of have a weird reaction with the retinol. If you're looking for a face mask with a bit of retinol, I would recommend this one, which is the Dr. Levy. This is the best mask I've ever tried. If you feel tired, like every day I feel tired, but if you feel tired and you need to wake yourself up, you just put this on dry skin and leave for 20 minutes and wash off, and you are like, wow, it's like a double take.
Wow, okay.
And you can put this as well around your eyes. If you get the dark circles and you just need to do an eye treatment, you can just do an eye treatment. This is £69. And Dr. Levy is fantastic. He does the best cleanser, girls, as well. This one here, I sell this editor's list. This is the best cleanser. This is for people that don't have problems with breakouts, just want an anti-aging cleanser. Mm-hmm. It's a creamy cleanser, and it's got a bit of a brown rice extract in it, so it exfoliates the skin. So as we get older and we're going into the menopause, skin cycle, you know, everything becomes more sluggish.
Yeah.
And that's why people say, oh, I get really grey and my skin looks a bit sad. Yeah. So you put this on, you put this on your face. You do not put it on your eyelids because it is quite active. It's got glycolic acid, which is what you need to look out for in a cleanser. Yeah. And it takes the makeup off, but it takes the dead skin cells off as well. You rinse it off with water, and it's the best cleanser. I love it. It's brilliant. And
you can get that on Editor's List.
Yeah, it's 39 quid. It lasts about 2 months. You do not need to, if you have this, you don't need to bother with exfoliators, separate exfoliators. And I don't really bother with those acid pads or anything. It just does that. It does 3-in-1 for you. It's brilliant. Yeah. And it doesn't dry skin out. It's the best thing ever. I think this is really a great product. That is, yeah, Emma, this is my favorite face wash. I love it.
Face wash.
It's brilliant. It's a cleanser. And then Helena Meg has said, lumpy spots first time, Perry on natural HRT, any advice?
Well, when you say lumpy spots, are you talking about like just whiteheads, or can you just describe like?
Yeah, it's quite difficult.
Just those ones that are sore that you get under the skin, the one now and then. I mean, you know what? The thing was, I noticed when I started going into the menopause, it was like I had teenage skin again. All of a sudden, I had breakouts. It was just nothing you can do about it. It's all the hormones going all over the place, exactly like you are when you're a teenager, with all the estrogen coming in and coming out and the lack of it. And you just had those breakouts, and I would get one spot here and there, and I was just like, my God, I'm now in my 50s and I look like a teenager. But just,
yeah, I mean, poor Helena, she's got red lump hard under the skin. I mean, it's really hard, but do not pick it.
No.
I would say the vitamin A is what you guys need. And I had this really interesting Instagram live a couple of weeks ago with this guy, Dr. Des Fernandez, who created Environ Skincare. And he was saying you really need to take orally vitamin A as well. So I take
Yeah, because I know that that can be quite iffy, can't it? You have to know what you're taking.
Well,
Taking
if you
vitamin
have
A.
if you have a liver situation, I
Yeah,
wouldn't take vitamin A, but
yeah,
most people in this dose can tolerate it. But
right,
it's vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin C have a really good synergy for the skin.
right, yeah,
And there is something called Skin Ultimate. It's in a package a bit like this, and
yeah.
it's very cleverly packaged. You get a pod that you peel
Oh,
off,
wow, yeah, they
and
look
every
good.
day you take one of these. In fact, Meg, I'm going to send you some of these to take. I want you to try some.
Yes, please. Love
And
a freebie.
yeah, yeah. So I think it's about 72 quid for a month's supply.
Okay,
And again, I put it on my website if you want to
yeah.
get some. And you have omegas in here, which are very, very good for hydrating the skin from the inside. But it's the vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin C that is such a great combination. And then it's also got something called biotin, which is to help with your hair. Because I know a lot of people get hair loss when they go through the menopause.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they get thinner hair. I mean, mine got thicker with the testosterone. It just stopped growing. But, you know, I
Right.
was just, yeah. That's one thing I loved about taking the testosterone, because I had quite fine hair before, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
this went.
Yeah. Someone's asked, I don't know her name, she looks very pretty. Does this replace your multivit? Yes. It's got everything you need in there. It's called Skin Ultimate, and it's a multivitamin, but it's focused on the skin, and it would be a great support for someone who's going through the menopause. It's advanced nutrition program.
But don't outdo my Meno blend.
No. But you can take
Take it with my Meno blend. Yeah.
Your Meno blend has got stuff like
superfoods and
yeah. I would have your Meno blend for the morning as a shake.
Yeah.
And then I would take your vitamins, the pills. It's best taken with lunch, with like the biggest meal of the day, because it absorbs much, much better.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've done a series of podcasts, and you can listen to them on my website. And I did one last week with this amazing nutritionist called Lorraine Peretta, who's been in the business for 30 years. And she tells you all about the different things you need to take. And how it will work. So if anyone's interested, for half an hour, put it on in the car or in the bath.
Yeah,
wherever.
of course. Yeah, very interesting.
And
so your biggest fan in Texas, that must be, is that for you? Must be one of yours.
No, I don't know. It's probably one of yours.
Thank you. Okay, well, both of us. Last time I was on yours, you had them from all over the world coming on. There was like Brazil. They were all over the place.
Okay, someone's saying, what foundation and
You're
eyeshadow?
the best. Seventh Heaven, you're the best as well. There in Ireland, my lovely Irish girl.
Foundation. What foundation? I'm going to say, because I don't know who they're asking this to, but I have got on Urban Decay Naked palette. It is the best palette ever. Check it out online. And then foundation, I'm wearing Jane Iredale Matte Fluid. It's brilliant.
And I'm wearing Terry and Studio 10.
By Terry.
By Terry, yeah, the stick, that comes in the blue.
Yeah.
I just use a bit of that. I don't really like to wear too much foundation, because I've got open pores now, and I just think that too much makeup now, less is more when you get older. I really believe that I always seem to put it on and then I wipe it off.
Yeah. Should we just quickly talk about open pores, because that's a big concern.
Yeah, but that's what I hate that when they look clogged up.
Okay, so the thing about pore size is all these products that say pore refining, shrinking your pores, you can't technically shrink a pore. You're born with a pore size, and it kind of, like everything, as you age, I think they do expand a bit. Everything gets a bit more lax.
Yeah.
The most important thing is to keep your pores clean so they don't clog up and get bigger. Last tip, get for large pores, get derma rolling, girls. It's my new discovery for the lockdown thing. This is the Environ Gold kit roller. They do plastic ones which are cheaper, but it's all about stimulating collagen and elastin, and it creates little micro channels in the skin, so your products can penetrate better, and use some kind of a retinoid to help you know, deep down work on the collagen and elastin, which gives your skin that plump, juicy, you know, structure to it. So that's
your skin
my
looks
tip.
amazing, Olivia. It looks phenomenal.
Oh, thank you. Well,
It
I've
is
had lots of
amazing.
treatments.
Yeah,
And
but
I
you look
don't smoke,
amazing.
and I don't go in the sun. But
And I don't smoke, but I do go in the sun.
But you, I have to say, look great as well. Meg and I have been marching around Regent's Park, and Meg is in good shape. She's been working out. She looks great. And
you
I
know,
just want to say thank you so much for having me on.
No, it was lovely. Olivia, I could talk to you for hours, and you're one of my dearest friends, as well as so knowledgeable about beauty. And I'm so pleased that we're going to join up and we're going to get these things with Megs Menopause once a month, and it'll be great. And you're going to do these live videos, and then women can then send you questions, because you know I can't cover everything. I need my experts around me, like, you know, Rose doing nutrition, you doing skin, because I can't answer everyone's questions. I can, you know, answer the few things that I know, but as your head does not hold that much information, and you try all these products out, you know what? I'm one of these people that gets the new cream, does it for like, you know, a month non-stop, takes the makeup off, and then falls asleep watching Netflix for about 6 hours and doesn't take the makeup off. So what I have to do is, when I come in from my day, I have to then wash my makeup off, even if it's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when I take all my makeup off, because if I don't, I'll end up falling asleep with it.
Yes, well,
that's what I have to do.
You've got to take your makeup off.
I have to. When I get in, I put my pajamas on and I wash my face, whatever sort of time it is. Unless, of course, I'm doing this now, because I didn't have any makeup on today until I started this. So I put my makeup on at 5:30.
And I have to say, the hair looks good as well. I like it. I mean,
thank you. Well, look at my roots. I'm loving it. I mean, I never thought I would, but now I'm loving it.
It looks good. It looks good.
Yeah. And so very dark under here. Look at all that. It's great.
I know, but I like it with the blue eyes. It looks very good.
Thank you. Are they looking blue today?
Yeah. Are they green or blue?
They're blue.
They're very blue. They look great.
I have got my nice ring light here today. I'm all set up today.
You're very good. I don't have a ring light, but I got some very good foundation on.
Yeah, I just found it. Yeah, you got the foundation and you got the gorgeous skin. I've got the ring light.
Yeah, I need the ring light too. But anyway, if anyone has any questions that you feel we have not answered, do feel free to DM me. I will do my best. And I'm so excited to join Megs Menopause and you know, get to meet you guys and answer questions as they come up. I'm going through the journey too. I'm 46. I'm heading into the menopause shortly, I'm sure. Yeah. And
you know what? And I want you ladies not to, you know, to get, you know, to waste your money, because every time I go into a salon, I get taught when I go to have a facial to use this machine, use that machine, and I used to spend money, and it all starts to add up, 300, 400 pounds. And I would rather you just ask Olivia, and then she can direct you to the best doctors. Yeah, definitely.
There's quite a lot of hype out there, and it's just about knowing what works and what doesn't. And managing
I did go to one of those beauty shows in Manchester. I was doing a talk on the menopause, and I went to a beauty show. And, you know, it's the size of Olympia, and every stand had the new machine. This does this. Do you know what I mean? And I was just walking around like, yeah, whatever. I would rather just save all my money and have a facelift, personally. But we'll talk about that one next time. I'm going to the guy in New York who does the neck and the face.
So am I. I'm going to
we'll go together. Anyway,
okay.
Thank you for your time, Olivia.
Thank you so much.
Loads of love.